this effort of patriotism, which I launched in 2009, is very crucial for the country to know what to do. It is very dangerous to have citizens, especially the educated people, who don't know what is required to live a good life. They don't know. They are talking about this, talking about that, but they don't know. This is why I keep saying management of society is like medicine, where the doctor must make a diagnosis of the society, of a patient, find out what the patient is suffering from, and therefore prescribe a medicine. Similarly, leaders, whatever they are, political, cultural, religious, they must have a correct diagnosis of society. If they don't, that society will fail. Even the Bible talks about it. It talks of a country without a vision perishes. So this is the second form of wealth. Number one, agriculture, wealth. Number two, artisan and manufacturing. Number three are services. You teachers, you are service providers. When you teach children, you are not producing eggs, you are not producing milk, you are not producing bananas, but you are providing knowledge. You are service providers. So you're in the same sector, like hospitality. If somebody has got a hotel, that's a service. A boda transporting me on the motorcycle, that's a service. Transport, tourism, that's services. So you can also have wealth in the services. And then finally, ICT. That's the other sector. It's also a service, but a modern one, which has come, which we treat it differently. So therefore, you should all be clear that, yes, there is Ntunguka, development, roads, which are ours, but in my house, I must have a wealth, form of wealth, either commercial agriculture or manufacturing or services or products of ICT. So this is very crucial for us to get prosperity. Remember the prosperity we want. Now, the moment you are clear about that, then now that's how we come to the NRM principles, the one they taught you here, patriotism. Because the moment you become a wealth creator, like me and Mama, from the very beginning, we are agricultural people, producing milk, producing beef, producing bananas in Ntungamo and other places. But the question was, if you produce a good or a service, who buys it? Who buys what you produce? Who buys our milk? When I produce milk in Rwakitura, the Banyankole don't buy so much from me because they all have milk. I have milk, they have milk. I have beef, they have beef. I have bananas, they have bananas. So the majority of the people who buy from us here in Ankole are people from Kampala. They're the ones who buy much of the milk, the beef, the bananas, and the other products. So it is Uganda which helps Ankole to get out of poverty, mainly. Yes, some of the locals also buy, but the majority are the ones from Kampala. So therefore, you will find that the prosperity of Ankole depends a lot on Uganda. Uganda buys the product of Ankole. Uganda buys the product of Buganda. Uganda buys the products of Acholi. You can find Acholi is producing simsim in Kitgum, all of them simsim. They don't easily buy from one another. But the people of Kampala are the ones who buy the simsim. And that's why we were able to say, oh, you people love Uganda. Why love Uganda? Because you need it for your own good, for your own prosperity. Hence, patriotism. That patriotism, as Sekou was saying, is not emotional, just love. No. You love because you need it for your own good. If you say you care about Banyankole, but you don't care about Uganda, you are not serious. Because Uganda is the one which helps the Banyankole to be prosperous. It's the one which helps the Baganda to be prosperous. So that is the first principle, patriotism. In order to do what? To achieve prosperity. So why don't we agree and we start with these scientists? Because they are few, they are not so many. But we need them now. Arts, I am a person of arts myself. I'm literature and political science and history. But now we don't need poetry now. What we need immediately now is the one to maintain the road. You need poetry, yes. We need it. I can quote for you Shakespeare if you want. Shakespeare said, of all the wonders that I yet have known, it seems to me most strange that men should fear seeing death, a necessary end, will come when it will. That's Shakespeare. Now I'm quoting for you. But now, you need food now. I've given you Shakespeare, but you are hungry. So what do we do now? The Wanyankole say, Nkunandire. I joke when I am satisfied. So we say, let's start with these scientists, because the scientists are in veterinary, they are in crops, they are on the roads, they are on those factories, they are on these vehicles. Yes, let's start with this, because first of all, they are fewer, but we need them urgently now. That's really the logic. It's not that we don't want to pay all the others well. So therefore, I'm glad that eventually you seem to have understood and we are moving systematically. You will be paid. The arts people will be added on. But let's go kamwe ngochi, kamwe ngochi, kamwe ngochi, kare. So that is really what I would like